Hi, this is Nathan Hikes with the GROWMARK FS Agronomy Minute. With spring right around the corner and our small grain starting to green up, this is a perfect time to assess our small grain stands to help get an idea of the relative yield we can expect, as well as see if there's any problem areas we're going to have to address or stands we might need to move to another crop. To do this, we need to look at the density of our small grain stand. Ideally, we'll have about 1.3 to 1.5 million plants per acre. The way we can calculate this is looking at a small section of row. Commonly, we'll use a yardstick and measure out 3 feet of one row of our small grain. So right here, I've got a pretty good stand. In this row, I have 60 plants per 3 foot of row. So to calculate my stand, I take 60 plants times 4 and then divide by my row spacing of 7.5 inches to get my stand of 32 plants per square foot. Now, there's a lot of charts available from different organizations and extensions to give you an idea of the yield you can expect relative in plants per square foot. So anything above 30 is really an optimal stand, and even down to 25, we can expect to get basically 100% of our relative yield. As soon as our stand dips below that, our yield's going to start taking a hit. And right down around 15 plants, we're going to be at about 75% of our relative yield, and that's generally the area we might want to consider doing something with that stand or killing it off and switching over to another crop. So here I've got a good stand I'm pretty happy with, so I'll continue to manage that through the spring. Just the one thing I do want to be careful of is that I have enough tillers. We want about 3 to 4 tillers for each plant in a stand like this. If our stands are a little lower, but we have more tillers, that can help compensate and give us a little bit better yield. Here we have an individual wheat plant with the crown tiller and then 3 strong secondary tillers. So this is exactly what we'll be looking for in a good high density wheat stand. If I'm more in that 15 to 16 plants and I'm kind of on the fence and I'd like to keep the stand, or else maybe I have enough plants but they're a little bit smaller here early in the spring, what I might want to do is get on that as early as I can with a nitrogen application, about 30 units of nitrogen, and possibly include some amino acids or some plant growth regulators to help push that plant and stimulate some new tillers early in the season. Here's a nice example of where we have a good stand of wheat of about 60 plants per 3 feet, or about 32 plants per square foot. But you'll notice that this wheat is quite small, and even though it's tillered well, it still has a lot of growing to do. So we definitely want to get some nitrogen on here as soon as possible to push this wheat to canopy quickly. Now, if your small grains were broadcast or something like that it's hard to use the ruler method to get our yield, you could also use either a ring or a square that's 1 foot in area, and then put that about at random, count the plants inside of that, and use that to get your relative stand as well. If you're looking to improve your wheat yields or need some help in managing this spring and help manage for your top wheat yields, GROWMARK FS would be happy to assist you. So please reach out to your nearest GROWMARK FS location or crop specialist today.